in beautiful downtown Riverdale in the Bronx, New York. Thank you for coming out tonight. I will be your MC for the evening. I'm Tim W. Brown. Always got to remember the W. Any internet search. And I'll also introduce you to the co-host tonight, Amy Joy Robichaux. She's over here.
Thank you. Thank you.
We collectively are Art In The Basin. We're a cultural arts organization that's been around 6 years. We're going on our 7th year. Our home base is down the hill in Kingsbridge at Amour Coffee and Wine, which is at Broadway and 238th Street. Since 2017, we've held a bi-weekly open mic every other Tuesday. Nothing over there. Open mic, spoken word, poetry, storytelling, some music, some comedy. We've kind of shown it all. We're trying something new tonight. We're up here, up the hill, doing this event, and we have 4 topics on the bill tonight. So we're really looking forward to that. Before we get started, I just want to thank a couple people. Thank Melanote for hosting this event tonight. And of course, again, Amy Joy, who is the brains behind the Art In The Basin operation. I tell people, I am barely the town. Let's get started though. We'll get going with our first comedian tonight. Mindy Matajasevic's comedy has been described as mature, funny, and sexy. Has been called alarming, especially to husbands and other tradition-bound. She is gratefully divorced. Her core material stems from there and simply seeing through a woman's eyes. She's been inspired by comics such as Robin Tyler and Richard Pryor for daring to speak the unspoken, which helps shine light on those in the shadows. In terms of her style, Mindy connects in a conversational voice with the audience as long as they're okay with adult subject matter and language. And she has been thanked by audience members for talking to them and not at them. Her material is rated R, so you have been warned. Everybody, please, Mindy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tim, Amy, Melanote. Thank you. And thank all of you for being here. Without you, it's not a show. It's just a bunch of comics. Never as sexy as it might sound, you know. Anyone who's not from New York, if you're visiting or you're just moved here recently, I hope very much you have a safe and wonderful time. And please, I always hope you don't judge all of us. You know, by our litterers and our public urinators and our subway masturbators, our crotch grabber. Oh no, he will tomorrow. Anyway, yes, Tim mentioned that I'm gratefully divorced. Absolutely. I don't call it divorced, I call it emancipated. That's what I'll say. It's a reason to celebrate. I see some of you know that. Anyway, if I forget, you can see me after the show. I have t-shirts that say divorced, the new antidepressant. Yeah, I was married to a typical man. I know marriage works well when both people are good, but I didn't make a good decision. Anyway, so I don't think it should be a life sentence when you realize, you know. So I was married to a very difficult person. He was difficult to live with and even more difficult to get rid of. Okay? Yes. Oh, yes. People stay out of hate just to make you miserable. Anyway, so many people nodding. I love it. Anyway, so I really had to get creative. I mean, I didn't want a war. We got the war anyway, but I didn't want that. So I had to really get creative. Keep in mind, we had a child that ruled out murder. Don't think I didn't get my offers. Anyway, but I have that conscience thing. Anyway, so, finally he leaves. And I knew in a short while things changed for him because he started sounding different. He said to me, Mindy, we didn't want the same things out of life. We didn't have the same priorities. And I thought, gee, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it seemed to me we both always wanted to run my life. I don't want to totally badmouth him because every now and then there was a sign of some sort of conscience. I mean, like he needed Viagra in order to cheat on me. Look, the odds were against us. It was a mixed marriage. He was male. So, I'm single now, but it's different. I'm older. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not old. In between naps, I feel very young. But anyway, it's different. I'm not looking. That's the difference. There's not that teenage need, you know what I mean? Things are calmer. So I'm not looking, I am noticing. And what I notice is that though I've grown, not a lot has changed out there. I mean, not a lot has changed. Like if I don't do this a whole lot. A lot of men just assume I'm a lesbian. And if that's all it takes, sign me up, I'm a lesbian. A virgin. Anyway, it's pretty amazing. Another thing that hasn't changed a whole lot is I was recently referred to as a chick. And as well, I don't mind. I know it's a common term, but it still sounds so strange to my ears. I mean, guys, come on, a chick? It's not even a mammal. Then my younger male cousin told me I was no spring chicken. And I thought, great, I'm finally a real live woman. No more poetry. As exciting as that is, there's often someone wanting to argue with me. Oh God, one man was so irrational, I wouldn't talk to him at all. So he got more angry. Anyway, he got more angry. He brought it to his terms. He said, I had no balls. Now, I know in the male world, those are fighting words. But in the female world, come on, that's just redundant. I don't need balls. I have everything I need. And it's worked out just fine. I like the whole arrangement. I like the way my jeans fit. And there's no room in here for balls. Some men are so hard to please. They want vagina and balls. Amazing. Another thing, I get into conversations now with men that I probably wouldn't have before. And I get a lot of this. You're complicated. Hello, I'm a human being, trillions of cells here. I'm very complicated. Oh my goodness. And then I remind myself, don't get defensive. Just refer him to the amoeba dating website. Let him find his dream girl. We can all be happy. Jeez. And then, the main thing that has not changed. Men are so proud of their penis. I mean, proud, like they earned it, like a law degree or something. They didn't earn that. Come on. And I mean, 4 years of college, some years of law school would make a pretty hefty dick. But come on, you didn't earn that. You were born with that. I'm a mother, I know, I've washed enough shit off balls. So no, you were born without three-piece set, goodness gracious. Oh my goodness, I may sound a little resentful, a little jealous. I'm not jealous of the penis, I'm jealous of the pride and freedom. Okay, because when I was growing up, the vagina was called and your menstrual cycle. So you could really be talking about your breakdown. And if someone didn't know the lingo, they might think that you have a pen pal in Australia. Oh, my. I'm busy cheating over here. Oh, I know the lingo doesn't help us understand each other. I know that. You know, one night I'm home, just throwing back my hymen. I do that a lot. And this man who I don't even think I know him, but maybe it was through Facebook or something. I'm not very high tech. He got a picture on my computer screen of presumably his penis getting some oral affection from some smiling young woman. And after my initial disgust, I thought, is this hello? This is the new hello? Because if this is the new hello, I won't be going to any meet and greets. You know, maybe I was out of the loop too long, but I don't know, maybe I'm naive. When I meet a man, I assume he has a penis. I assume it's reasonable and in working order. You don't gotta film it. What is that? That's the new technology world out here? That's what it's used for? Gross. Anyway. Oh God, you're supposed to work your way to remind me. You're not supposed to be, hello? No, it's not supposed to be like that. Anyway. It's good to, don't get me wrong, it's good to have a nice big penis. And those of you who are proud of your nice big penis, it's good for you, you should feel good. But it doesn't make anyone unique. I'm sure if I asked people here who has a nice big penis, a lot of hands would go up. It doesn't make anyone unique. You want to be unique, I mean, send me a selfie that shows me you don't have it. That would be news. That would be news. So I have to say, I like coming home to myself. I like coming home to no hostility, no pain in the ass, no why did you do this, where were you, I have time, I have energy, I have airspace. And I like being creative, so I have the time and energy for that. I even created a penis-free zone. It's located right around here. And a few other places. Anyway. So, yeah. All right, at this point, you might be very surprised to know that for over 30 years, I was a teacher. That wasn't supposed to get a laugh. I taught adults, and they were returning students. People had been out of school for years and needed to upgrade their skills to try to get a high school diploma. And they were grown. We were close. We felt very close, like friends. And so it was a really good time. I mean, the person you see here, that's basically who I was in the classroom. Only like I didn't say pussy in the class, but they wouldn't be shocked to know I had. We were that comfortable with each They would tell me all kinds of things, like about their marriages, their kids, everything, and they told me about their other classes and their other teachers. And a group of women came over to me one day after class and said how angry one of their other teachers was with them. And I'm like, for what? And for being late sometimes and absent. Now, these are grown people with kids and all kinds of things. So the fact that they didn't even carve out the time to get to class was more amazing to me. But I was not a typical teacher. So anyway, so apparently this teacher, and I have to be honest, I have to be fair to the students. Some teachers really have like a pole up their ass. And this was one of those asshole teachers. And I wanted to go over, because she said to them, and she looked up the record and said, you go to Mindy's class, what does she do in her room? And they were speechless. And I said, that's what she said, what do I do in my room? Oh my God, so I'm still figuring out how not to get fired from jobs, right? So, but I wanted to go over to her and say, look, relax. Other than the free cocaine and lap dances, there's nothing that special I do in my room. Of course, Fridays were very well attended. But Fridays touch a teacher's titty day. What do you expect? My goodness. Yeah, we had a good time. Anyway, I want to also thank Amy and Tim and Belmanote for having estrogen in tonight's lineup. Yes.
Sorry, Rory.
Yeah, I didn't say totally. But I like performing in places like this. It's not a comedy club. Years ago, before I started doing stand-up, when I was still married, nothing was too funny. We used to go out to comedy clubs sometimes, because I like comedy. I enjoy listening. But I didn't always love the clubs. It was often man after angry man up there complaining about not getting laid. And this is after calling us all kinds of garden tools and female dogs. We're supposed to be turned on, with a bitch, because we didn't stop everything, and fuck them. Anyway, so one night this man, I'd sit there with my husband and think, I could have stayed home, told him no, and got this shit for free. An angry man not getting laid. Wow, how original. Anyway, and how appealing, So one night, it wasn't just complaining, this man was ranting about women and some 3-date rule. It's just women playing games with the pussy. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm sitting there thinking, am I the only person in this room who hears what's so wrong with that sentence? I mean, you can have the moon, you can have the universe. It's not the pussy. I may sound like a teacher now, but this is where a little personal pronoun conveys so much. I mean, it's her pussy. Hello? Oh no! What are we, 2023, and I still have to announce it's her pussy, guys. Anyway, and anyone who's a fan of her pussy, once they realize that pronoun, will get to play with it so much more often. It's not perfect science. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. And these men, I mean, can you imagine if they actually believed in what they say? Wouldn't they make great dads? First day of kindergarten. Now, little Susie, when the boys want to go under your dress and play with your privates. I want you to drop everything. Don't be a bitch now. Don't play games with the pussy. I know, takes a moment for that sickness to sink in. But that's how it would be. Oh, boy. So we went through this pandemic and the world seemed to shut down. And I was home doing worse with all my bad habits. Smoking, drinking, overeating. Here I am with this extra stomach over here now. But anyway, I was trying to cut down on the cigarettes. It's very hard for me. It feels almost impossible at times. Like, how do you wake up and not light up a cigarette? Like, I'm a hard case with that. Anyway, I realized that I can't seem to talk to men about this because it often goes something like this. Well, did you try the patch? And I go, yeah, but I broke out, and that's not really the issue for me. For me, it's this whole thing of having to put something in my mouth. At that point, the conversation ends because we're on different planets. And I just want to emphasize, it's not the same thing. A cigarette fits comfortably in your mouth. Doesn't give you lockjaw. And there's a reason that one of those activities is called a job. Oh man, I get lost in my world here and I don't even know if I'm doing all right with time. I do want to say that when I was starting out with comedy, I was already not a spring chicken. So I wasn't in my 20s or 30s, it was after that. And I always thought, well, Mindy, if you survive giving birth, what could be wrong? I mean, really, to do that in front of strangers, oh my God. But at that point, nature knows how to work it. At that point, you don't give a shit, just get this thing out of here. Anyway, you go to a lot of, when you start out, you go to a lot of comedy open mics. They're nothing like poetry open mics or music open mics, no. You basically are trying out new material or perfecting older material to a bunch of other comics who are busy looking at their notes and not really laughing. So it could be a little more discouraging than encouraging, but every now and then I had a good experience. Now keep in mind, comedy is pretty male dominated and a lot of young people. So there's all these young guys. So I must look like their mom. And I'm busy talking about dick and pussy and balls and all of this. And I don't know how they were feeling, but when I got off the stage, they were giving me the pound and the high fives. Telling me that was ballsy. And now I know they meant that as a compliment. So I accepted it graciously. But to me, when you go home later, and if you're still thinking about some things you heard here tonight, and you're still giggling, that's not ballsy. I think that's rather literal. Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.